walk-on Grant Morgan, who is the first Arkansas player to win the Burroughs-Worth Trophy. Welcome to Provo.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to be here.
What do you think of this place?
This place is awesome. I had no idea what I was walking into, and I walk up here and see the fans all out here, the students out here. I was excited to get here and be able to be a part of this.
How meaningful is it to be the reigning champion of this trophy, named after a former Razorback?
Yeah, it really is just an honor to say I was the first Arkansas player to be able to win this after the 11 years of it being an award. And getting to meet some of the other players that have been like Dax, who was here a couple years ago, like getting to meet these guys and hearing their journey and hearing how similar it is, it really does mean a lot to me to be able to win that award.
So with BYU, I mean, we're kind of known as walk-on you, right? Because there's tons of walk-ons that come on and make a name and really contribute in big ways. How was that experience for you, being a walk-on? Because I really don't think it's like how fans see it, right? When you think of walk-on as an outsider, you think you don't get gear, you're disrespected, you got to do all these weird, crazy things, but you're just like somebody that's on scholarship. So what was that experience like for you?
Yeah, so walk on you, like I feel like everyone's claiming it, but no, y'all have a lot of pedigree right now with all these players that have started as walk-on, built their way up. I would say like walk-ons are the same people as the guys on scholarship. Literally the only difference is they're paying their way. I like to always say walk-on should be a positive connotation instead of someone making it derogatory.
Right.
Because like people think, oh, he's a walk-on. They think, oh, he's just on practice squad walking around holding bags and stuff. No, we have guys pay their own way. They're out there on that field, blood, sweat, everything getting poured into it. My journey was very similar to a lot of other walk-ons. I walked on. I had to pay my own way. After a year and a half, I got put on scholarship, and then the rest is history from there. I ended up winning the Burroughs-Worth Trophy, and it's just there's so many good ways that these walk-ons make adjustments and make changes to the game, and their teammates see them and give their all, and it makes them proud. Like as a scholarship guy later in my career, I saw the new walk-ons, like the new guys coming in saying, hey, I'm going to give my all to this team. I'm going to make sure that they remember my name like they remember everyone else's name in that career. So to be able to have walk-ons, to be able to have a special program like BYU has, like Arkansas has, to be able to say a walk-on you, like that's something that everyone should be proud of, not just those guys who started their careers walk-ons.
So BYU next season joins the P5 ranks, going to the Big 12. Yep. You obviously played at Arkansas and played in the SEC. In your opinion, what do you think is going to be the biggest surprise or adjustment for BYU as they make that big step to a P5 conference?
I don't think personally like they're going to have to make a huge jump in how they've been playing. I think BYU is a really good program, and they've had a really good history of winning football games, and it goes back to all y'all playing. And what I think that they're going to have to do is be able to have that same mindset week in, week out. So 2 years ago, one of my last seasons, we played a 10-game SEC schedule with Georgia, Florida, Bama, LSU, Auburn, all those teams on it, and we had to kind of buckle in our straps and say, let's go. Like, we don't care about anything else. We're going to play every game like it's our last. And I think BYU, I personally am glad they're joining the Big 12 and not the Pac-12. I think they're going to have a way better career here and being able to play and be able to kind of assert dominance everywhere they go. And so I'm excited to see how they do. But as a Power 5 player and a guy who's been in it, they're going to be fine. They have the players already to be able to fit in. They're going to recruit even better now. Their strength of schedule is going to add even more to their argument for good games, good bowl games, and possibly playoffs.
You know, it's interesting because you talk about the grind of that kind of schedule. The Hogs come in here, 3 straight games, Bama, Mississippi State, and Texas A&M. You kidding me? That's a grind. Their fan base is rabid, just like the Cougars fan base. I understand they gobbled up every tip. There's going to be like over 2,000 Arkansas fans, which is awesome. How's this 3-3 record right now sitting with this great fan base? Because there are a lot of expectations for this team coming in.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, when you look at Arkansas, you look how passionate their fans are. They see the now. They don't see what we did the first game against the team, Cincinnati, who is now ranked in the top 25. They don't see what we did against a really good South Carolina team that's showing they're even better. They could end up being 7-2 in the next 9 games or whatever. So I just think that as Hog fans, I think we need to remember, like, as a football team and as a year status, you get remembered on how you finish the year. Mm-hmm. Like, you look at my last year, we went 9-4, won the Outback Bowl against Penn State, good program. We lost 3 games in a row in the middle of the season, kind of like this. We lost 3 games in a row. We went on a huge win streak, almost beat Bama at night. I think people need to relax a little bit as Arkansas fans. I think just like BYU, y'all lost to Notre Dame. Relax a little bit. There's so much to play for. There's so much to go on. It's football. These kids are going. They're giving their all. I promise you the players are hating it more that they lost 3 games in a row than the fans are.
Hey, is that great advice,
good.
guys?
That's great advice.
That's good advice for me.
Yeah, that's good advice for all of us. Everybody, I hope you heard that. Whether you're an Arkansas fan or a Cougar fan, just relax a little bit.
down.
It's a long
Breathe.
season. I love it.
Yep.
Grant, let's finish with this last one. For the Hogs to win today, what's got to happen?
I think it's going to be a time of possession game for Arkansas. I think if we can hold on to the ball, run the ball at will like we want to, I think that's going to be a really big advantage for Arkansas. I think KJ Jefferson coming back hopefully can get more of a pass game coming. But I think other than time of possession, it's going to be how can we minimize the big plays on defense. When we have DBs we've been beat up a little bit in the secondary, we get some guys back this game. I think how we're going to minimize the explosive plays and how we're going to minimize their passing game with a really good quarterback, really good tight end, really good receivers. I don't know how the injuries have worked out on y'all's favor or not, but I know that in our standards that we need to be able to stop the run. That's how Coach Barry Odom does it. And he's going to throw multiple looks at this quarterback. He's going to throw a 3-down maybe, a 4-down maybe. He's going to blitz from every side possible. Like, we lead the SEC in sacks or whatever. So, like, that's how we need to get back to playing Arkansas football and not just being passive and just letting them throw the ball at will and be able to kind of insert our dominance. But like we said, they're both really good programs, so it's going to be fun to watch.
Grant Morgan, make sure you get a Cougar tail and enjoy your first ever visit to Provo, Utah.
Hey,
Thank you.
And fans, Dave, Grant's still, he's just been released by Jacksonville, but still trying to get back in the league. Agents still keeping you're staying in shape. So watch for Grant. He's going to find, he knows how to grind because he did it at Arkansas. We won't be surprised when we see this guy playing linebacker in the NFL. Thanks for being with us, Grant.
I appreciate y'all. Thanks for having me.
Good to have you.